I'm Tony Deane, here on the set of Lofcon Studios. I had a special guest in today, Ewa Magdalena, talking to us about her role in the film Jet Slade. Here's what she had to say.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Get in my fucking way again, I'll shoot you next time, you motherfucker!
Stand down now. Now. I said stand down now.
Hi Ewa.
Hello, Tony.
Thank you very much for coming and having this interview to talk about your role in the Jet Slade film.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. Dream come true, actually.
And also, how can I say how much of a pleasure it isn't, this English weather that we're having. You can hear the rain beating down on the rooftops and running down the windows of the studio.
Oh yes, beautiful weather, my favourite.
Really?
I'm just being sarcastic, hate it. It's too cold for my liking.
In the film you play Nat, or Natalia Slade, as she's known as a proper Slade agent name. Tell us a bit more about the character of Natalia.
Natalia is a very independent woman who doesn't like to be told what to do. She's very loyal to Jet Slade and very strong, and she likes things be done her way.
Just a typical woman then.
Oh yes.
Having such a complex part, why do you think Ed the director chose you for this part? I mean, considering that you really have no acting experience to speak of.
That's a good question. No, I'm joking. I know Ed for many years, and one day we were talking and he just out of the blue asked me to read something in Polish, which I did. And I didn't find it strange that time. I was just reading in Polish because I thought he may want to hear how I speak in my language. Then I got a phone call from him. I think it was a few days after that. And he explained to me that he asked me to do that because he's looking for a character, his movie. I was like, making a movie, that's interesting. And he asked me to be the lead part, one of the lead parts in the movie. So I was very excited and obviously agreed.
Something's not right.
What do you mean?
That's fucking chaos. And then too easy.
Nat seems to have a lot of anger and is quite hot-headed. I won't say quite hot-headed, very hot-headed. Are there any similarities between Natalia and yourself?
A little bit, yes, I have to say. I'm short-tempered, so maybe not as much as Natalia, but if I don't like something, I will just make sure people know that. And I just like to do things my own way. It's not a very good idea sometimes, but I'm just like that. So yes, quite similar.
If you don't mind me saying so, you're in great shape.
Oh, thank you.
And your role is quite physically demanding. What can you tell me about your first day of body conditioning training and how did you find it?
It was very hard because I haven't done any workout for ages before the movie. I mean, I used to go to gym quite a lot and swimming or horse riding, but that was a long time ago. So it was quite hard for me to be in the shape, but I'm there now, so I'll try to keep it up.
What has been the most challenging part of getting ready for this film and ready for the role that you had to play?
I think remembering the lines, some of them were really difficult for me. I don't know why, but some of them came across really difficult to remember, so we had to do it over and over again. But I just go with the flow. I think I like to be me. I've got lines to learn, but also add something extra sometimes, which I feel would be more like Nat in the movie. I'm just going with the flow, I would say. Obviously, I'm listening to Ed and what he, I'm doing what he says, what I should say, but adding maybe sometimes something or...
A little bit of yourself, yeah? Adding
yes.
A bit of, yeah,
I'm just trying not to concentrate so much on lines, just do it kind of naturally, if that's possible, if you know what I mean.
I've already mentioned about you being in really good physical shape and looking very resplendent and beautiful today, I might say.
Thank you so much.
Have you ever considered modelling before, and is it something that you've always wanted to do?
I always wanted to do something with movies. I always was more interested in being a part of the movie than model, but opportunity came, you know, and I just decided that I would go for it because it's something new and it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Looks like I'm stuck with you, and don't get in my fucking way.
You're the boss.
You've been given a lead part in a film. What kind of advice would you give to somebody who was an aspiring actor or actress who wanted to get into films?
I think people need to believe in themselves, no matter what. I think it's important who, you know, I'm so lucky that I know Ed and he offered me this, you know, part. But I think people just need to believe in themselves and trying to get where they want. Obviously, I wouldn't be here if not for Ed, you know, if Ed wasn't doing what he's doing. But I feel I'm quite lucky. I am. So if someone wants to be in a movie, I think they just need to try the best what they can. I mean, it depends who they know, but you never know. You can go to the restaurant and been asked, you know, like I know people who've been just out and been offered parts.
I suppose you've got to be careful. You've got to ask, you know, what kind of movie is it?
Of course, yes. You just don't want to say yes to anything. I mean, if you don't mind, probably, but I think, you know, depends what you're looking for.
Well, it's been a real pleasure interviewing you. You're a charming young lady. It's been a pleasure for me. You've been an absolute star, and I can't wait to see you and the rest of the stars on the red carpet on that premiere night. Something I'm really looking forward to.
Thank you so much. Yes, red carpet event. That's going to be a big night. Thank you so much.